Okay, this is Samsung Galaxy F62 and it has the same processor as the flagship Samsung Galaxy Note 10, and it's one of the few smartphones that comes with Android 11 right out of the box, and the price is just 24,000 rupees. That's less than half of what the Galaxy Note 10 costs. So the question that has to be asked is, should you buy a Samsung Galaxy F62 or OnePlus Nord or the popular Mi 10i? Well, this is Pradeep from TechWiser.com, and the short answer to that is yes, the F62. It is the fastest mid-range phone, but there's one thing missing. One thing. And before we get to that thing, we upload tech videos thrice a week, so if you want to stay wiser, make sure you subscribe to TechWiser and hit the bell icon as well. Let's go. Before we get to the device, let's have a quick look of what you get in the box. You have the phone itself, a Type-C to Type-C cable, a 25-watt fast charger, and we'll talk about this adapter in a bit. There's no included case in the box, so you'll have to get one of your own. So the first thing about the phone is how it feels in the hand, and it feels big. It's not your ideal one-hand usage phone. The thickness is around 9.5 mm and it weighs roughly the same as Mi 10i, which is also a big device. On the other hand, the OnePlus Nord is lighter and more of one-hand usage. Now, Samsung has put up a plastic cum glass back. On the hand, the back neither feels like plastic nor glass. It's in middle of plastic and glass. You can call it glastic. And I have no problems with this plastic bag. See, glass bag tends to break easily when they are dropped. We have a broken XS Max with a skin, and even the iPhone 12 mini. All of them have glass back. While this F62, I've dropped it a couple of times, and as you can see, it survived. On the front, you get a 6.7-inch Full HD S AMOLED display. It comes with a punch hole camera and the display is really good looking. Hey, it's Samsung. If you compare it with the Mi 10i, you can see that it gets way brighter and the contrast is also better. I found the F62 display to be bright enough outdoors. It can go only up to 420 nits, which is not the brightest display in this segment, but due to AMOLED's great colors and contrast, it feels brighter under direct sunlight. However, there's one weird thing I noticed during the shoot. When the device gets really hot, it forcibly lowers the brightness significantly and you can't increase it manually. I think it's a bug and hope Samsung fixes it with a software update. Now, this display doesn't have a high refresh rate like the competition. It's a 60Hz AMOLED panel, but honestly, I would choose a 60Hz AMOLED over 120Hz LCD any day. I've used a couple of 90Hz and 120Hz LCD display in the budget segment, and the colors, brightness were not that great. So 60Hz AMOLED is a happy compromise. Moving on, you get 2 SIM plus SD card slot, so you can put 2 SIM cards and a memory card. It's expandable up to 1 TB if you can get a 1 TB micro SD card. At the bottom, you have a Type-C port, a single speaker and a headphone jack. I really appreciate the headphone jack because it lets me quickly connect my headphones. And even if you vlog, you can connect your wired mic directly. That's an added bonus which you don't get in OnePlus Nord. Another small thing is the Type-C port doesn't support analog Type-C headphones, so not all Type-C headphones, especially the cheaper one, will work with this. Now, talking about the performance of the device, the real deal, the flagship processor 9825. Now, I have to say it's faster than the competition, no doubt. I did a 2 GB file 1080p render on Adobe Premiere Clip on all these devices, similar settings, and the F62 completed way faster at 1232. It was about 4 minutes faster than the Nord, which was a minute faster than Mi 10i. Now, Samsung seems to be throttling the CPU a bit. As you can see, Nord lets the app run at 100%, whereas Samsung slows it down. I can understand, it's done to keep heating of the device in check and it doesn't seem to affect real-world performance. I played COD for about 15 minutes at high graphics and max frame rate. It ran smoothly. The device did get a little bit warm, but there weren't any frame drops or stuttering. In normal day-to-day usage, the phone is fast. And with that, let's talk about the software experience of the device. I have to say, this is where Samsung shines. F62 comes with One UI 3.1 and Android 11 right out of the box. And it's not just with this Samsung phone. Here's Samsung F41, which got an Android 11 update around February. Samsung has also updated the M31 and even M21 with Android 11. The left out devices are in beta and all of them will get Android 11 by March or April. So Samsung can release phones as well as update them, which is a good thing. It's not the case with all the other phones. Good job, Samsung. Now about One UI 3.1, it's really built for tall smartphones. Samsung has the expertise in making big smartphones and then optimizing the UI according to it. Every time you open a setting or menu, the options are right at the bottom, just below your thumb. Two things which really stood out to me in One UI 3.1 are: first, it integrates really well with the Windows laptop. I can receive calls, SMS directly on my Windows laptop. Link to your phone is integrated right in the Samsung settings menu and even the quick tile. And here's the best thing of all. You can mirror apps from Samsung devices right on your Windows laptop. As of now, this feature is exclusive only to a few Samsung devices and it works on this one. Second, whenever you share a photo, there's an option to remove location data on the share sheet. Considering the current privacy concerns with social media apps, this is a nice touch and I like Samsung working on the privacy front. Now, there are occasional bloatware and app recommendations in the UI. You can turn them off and uninstall most of the apps. There are a few system apps that cannot be uninstalled, and I would love if Samsung, like MIUI 12.5, lets you uninstall system apps from the next version. I know not many people would care about that, but it would be great for an enthusiast like me. Apart from the software, what I again loved is the camera of the F62. Similar to the competition, you get 4 camera setup. You have a 64 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel wide angle, and this time it's a 5 megapixel macro sensor as well as depth sensor. Quite an upgrade from 2 megapixel. Now the photos turned out to be really good. I like the software processing of the Samsung camera, and sometimes it provides better dynamic range than the Mi 10i and OnePlus Nord. The wide angle camera is also good, and unlike Mi 10i and Nord, where you find a bit of softening at the edge, the F62 wide angle pictures looked sharp. Samsung does provide you the option to zoom in 10 times, but it's digital zoom. However, I found the 2x zoom option to be really good. The picture quality was good enough and I wasn't able to tell whether it's digital zoom or optical zoom, but it's digital. The night mode and selfies were okayish, not the worst, not the best. Overall, I like the Samsung F62's camera mostly due to camera processing. Coming to the video with the rear camera, the stabilization is crazy good. If you look at the Nord and Mi 10i samples side by side, you'll see the F62 brings really good stabilization. It's definitely better than the Mi 10i's 108 megapixel camera. Also, I did notice the F62 can't do 60 fps video recording. There's 4K 30 and 1080p 30, but no 60 fps. I know people use 60 fps, so it would be good if Samsung can provide 60 fps via software upgrade. I know, just being hopeful. Now, apart from the camera's performance, the battery on the F62 is better than the competition as well. Thanks to the 7000 mAh battery, the phone can go easily through the day. On a normal day, I would end up with 30-40% charge on the phone easily. I usually got around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, so the battery is phenomenal. Worst case, even on heavy usage, you would easily cross 1 day. Compared to the Nord and Mi 10i, both of them I would have to charge by the time I reach my bed. And the drain is mostly due to the high refresh rate display. You get a 25-watt charger with the F62 and it's not the fastest charger, but it can charge your phone in about 2 hours from 0 to 100. However, if you do get the F62, remember the adapter is Type-C. So like I have a few TWS and on-a-band ES around. When I had to charge them, the cable was not compatible with the charger. I had to charge these devices through my laptop or power bank. One thing that even you have to be prepared for. Last thing is that the F62 doesn't support 5G and it's that thing missing. We are seeing the phones releasing in 2021 are bringing 5G to the table. OnePlus Nord and Mi 10i have 5G. But the question is, do you need 5G? Well, as far as it seems, it would take an year to get workable 5G, and even that workable 5G will still revolve around 4G speeds or marginally better. So for the next 2 years, 5G doesn't seem to be a deal. But if this phone had 5G, it would be the perfect one to recommend. And that's the conclusion. Should you buy the Samsung Galaxy F62? Well, if you're someone who games a lot and need a device for media consumption, watching Netflix, YouTube, regular and faster Android updates, the F62 is great in all those cases. However, if you want a future-proof device with 5G, you should look for something else, something like the OnePlus Nord. And on that note, this is Pradeep signing off. Like the video if you watched till here. See you soon.